Board regular meeting of September 22nd, 2025. Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Present.
Ross.
Here.
Garner. O'Brien.
Present.
Balmis.
Present.
Thornton.
Here.
5 present, 1 absent.
All stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. There's public comment. I don't see any. Oh, I see one person that's public. Anybody that would like to make a public comment that's for an agenda item may step to the microphone and state your name. There being none, then we'll just move on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. Roll call, please.
Woodside. Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmis.
Aye.
Thornton.
Yes.
5 aye.
Pat?
Item number 1, approval of the minutes of the September 8, 2025 meeting. Item number 2, approval of resolution 2025-10, establishing certain property of the Village of Gurnee to be surplus, miscellaneous police department found, abandoned, or surplus property, and fire department unit number 1397. Item number 3, approval of police department request to award the Investigations Corridor Carpet Replacement Project to the low bidder, Libertyville Carpet and Tile, LTD, at a cost of $23,565. At number 4, approval of Information System Division's recommendation to renew a 1-year Microsoft Software Assurance Maintenance Agreement with Dell Marketing LP at an estimated cost of $29,500, State of Illinois Department of Innovation and Technology contract. At number 5, approval of payroll for period ending September 5th, 2025 in the amount of $1,106,266.36. At number 6, approval of bills for period ending September 22nd, 2025 in the amount of $3,934,216.67.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Thorstenson. Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmis.
Aye.
Thornton.
Yes.
5 aye.
All right. On to petitions and communications. Item 1, the approval of proclamation designating September 15 through October 15, 2025 as Hispanic Heritage Month in the Village of Gurnee. Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated and observed annually in the United States from September 15 through October 15, and it is a time for recognizing the contributions and influence of Hispanic Americans to the history, culture, and achievements of the United States. Originally started in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson, the celebration was further expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to Hispanic Heritage Month. September 15 was chosen as a starting point for the celebration because it's the anniversary of independence for 5 Latin American countries, including Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their Independence Days on September 16 and September 18. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim September 15 through October 15 as Hispanic Heritage Month in the Village of Gurnee and urge our citizens to honor and celebrate the achievements of a people that have contributed so much to our American culture. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Ross. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The second item, approval of proclamation designating October 5 through 11, 2025 as Fire Prevention Week in the Village of Gurnee. Since 1922, the National Fire Protection Association has sponsored this public observance of Fire Prevention Week, and in 1925, President Calvin Coolidge proclaimed Fire Prevention Week a national observance, making it the longest-running public health observance in our country. During this week, children and adults are educated how to stay safe in a case of fire. This year's campaign, Charge into Fire Safety, Lithium-Ion Batteries in Your Home, works to educate everyone about using these batteries safely. The campaign stresses how important it is to buy, charge, and recycle safely when it comes to lithium-ion batteries. Now therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 5 through October 11 to be Fire Prevention Week throughout the Village of Gurnee, and encourage all residents, businesses, and community members to make sure their smoke alarms work for the first, making sure they are properly installed in common areas, testing regularly, and replacing every 10 years. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Roth, or Garces. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On to the third one, third proclamation, approval of proclamation designating October 2025 as Crime Prevention Month in the Village of Gurnee. In 1984, a presidential proclamation designated October as National Crime Prevention Month. Since then, the National Crime Prevention Council helps local law enforcement agencies, civic groups, schools, and businesses to spread the word about crime prevention and public safety. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim October 2025 as Crime Prevention Month throughout the village, and urge all citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, and businesses to invest in the power of prevention and work together to make the Village of Gurnee a safer, stronger, and more caring community. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Woodside, second by Trustee Ross. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Last, approval of proclamation designating October 2025 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the Village of Gurnee. Domestic Violence Awareness Month was launched nationwide in October 1987 as a way to connect and unite individuals and organizations working on domestic violence issues while raising awareness for those issues. Domestic violence is prevalent in every community and affects all people regardless of age, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, gender, race, religion, or nationality. Physical violence is often accompanied by emotionally abusive and controlling behavior as part of a much larger, systematic pattern of dominance and control. Domestic violence can result in physical injury, psychological trauma, and even death. The devastating consequences of domestic violence can cross generations and last a lifetime. Over the last 30 years, much progress has been made to support domestic violence victims and survivors, to hold abusers accountable, and to create and update legislation to further these goals. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, in recognition of the important work done by domestic violence programs such as A Safe Place, Lake County Crisis Center, which has provided service to victims of domestic violence in Lake County for over 30 years, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2025 to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month in the Village of Gurnee, and I urge all citizens to participate actively in efforts to eliminate the use of personal and institutional domestic violence. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by Trustee Woodside. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. On to reports. Presentation by Finance Director Brian Gosnell, fiscal year 2025-26, first quarter financial performance. Brian?
All right, thank you, Mayor. Included in the material is a first quarter report, covers the period May 1st, 2025 through July 31st, 2025.
Brian, that screen behind you is not on.
Let me just keep going here until I watch that one.
Technology will catch up with you.
Look at
All right. Before we get into the numbers, just wanted to review the village's planning and reporting cycle. Obviously starts with the long-term planning. Three elements there: strategic plan, multi-year plans, the forecast, and the capital plan. That leads into the annual budget process. The short-term planning element, and then reporting after the fact obviously starts with the quarterly report, which is what we're doing tonight. Strategic plan updates, the audit, and then the popular annual financial report. Cash and investments at the end of July totaled $49.8 million. That excludes pensions. 12% was in checking, 55% money market, 33% in investments. The general fund had 63% of that. Capital improvement fund 16, and the water and sewer funds 12. Looking at major revenues across all funds here, 68%. They include 68% of the general fund revenues. Annual budget in total here of $36.9 million. Actual through the first quarter, we're at $10.1 million. or about 27.5% of the annual budget. That puts us 8.9% ahead of the seasonally adjusted budget and 6% ahead of last year. You can see in the chart on the bottom, there's only two major revenue sources that are falling behind: amusement tax and use tax. We'll talk about amusement tax. Use tax we won't touch on tonight in detail, but that is due to legislative changes. We see that made up and then some in the sales tax number. Looking specifically at sales tax, total budget here 21.5. Through the first quarter, we're at 5.4, almost 5.5 million. That puts us 25.4% of budget. 17.5%, or about 813,000 ahead of the seasonally adjusted budget, and 14%, or about 670,000 ahead of last year. Just to give you an idea, we've been talking about the legislative change for online retailers coming into the fold here now and paying sales tax. Just to give you an idea of kind of the impact of that, I looked up total taxpayers. In fiscal year 22, it was 3,357. This year, the last quarter, it was 7,231. So you can see how many more taxpayers came on. Now, a lot of those are really, really small dollar amounts, probably the majority of them. But you can see just how broad now the legislation is that covers sales tax and home rule sales tax. Amusement tax, annual budget 4.2 million. Year-to-date actual 1.3 or 31.2% of budget. Obviously, there's some seasonality in there. 10.2% behind the seasonally adjusted budget, and 12.7 down versus last year. What we see here is the amusement tax side, particularly Six Flags, the largest amusement taxpayer. Amusement tax side down a little bit, but food and beverage and sales tax is up. So as they adjust customer experience that they're looking for, that they're trying to target, we see that kind of shift just a little bit. Food and beverage tax, annual budget here, 2.9 million, actual 817,000. That puts us at 28.7% of budget, almost 14% ahead of the seasonally adjusted budget, and 12.6% ahead of last year. So strong here. And then hotel tax, annual budget 2.4 million. Through the first quarter, we're at 678,000, right at 28.3% of budget. 7.5% ahead of the adjusted budget, seasonally adjusted budget, and 9.3% ahead of last year. Just a reminder, we did collect some late payments here in May, so you see a big jump in that first month there. General fund specifically, total revenues 14.3 ahead of budget, 26.8% of the total budget here. Total expenditures 14.5, they're a little bit ahead of where they should be, 27.2. Puts us at a little negative variance through the first quarter. A lot of that is timing. We have some big bills that go out in the first quarter. Insurance premiums, work comp, property liability premiums come out in the first quarter. Timing variances is almost entirely any differences you'd see here. Building permit, just timing of it, timing of reimbursements from like work comps, damage of village property, that kind of thing. Haven't seen those come in like we thought. Closing of the 911 fund. Looks like it's going to be out another month. Insurance premiums we talked about, and then just those annual maintenance contracts that come up in the beginning of the year. We pay 100% in the first quarter. Obviously, then we don't pay anything the rest of the year. So those contribute to that negative variance in the first quarter. Just timing. On the water and sewer side, total revenues at $2.5 million, right at 22.9% of budget, right where we'd expect it to be with seasonality. Total expenditures $3.2 million, or 87.2%. 7.2, sorry, not 87.2, 24.6. Apologies. We'll see that vary just a little bit with, especially next quarter when we see big payments go out for capital projects. Budgeted $2.3 million reduction in the balance here. Year to date, we're at $750,000. Again, once those capital projects finish up, you'll see that true up to budget. A lot of the other things in here are timing variances, same as the general fund and reimbursements, insurance premiums, and those service agreements that come out once a year at the beginning of the year. So really just timing updates through the first quarter. Nothing groundbreaking to really talk about. So we should have, at least through the first quarter, we don't see anything that would affect next year's general fund transfer and capital plan, at least at this point. So we'll know more when we get through the second quarter. Happy to answer any questions you had on the report. Obviously, there's a lot more material in the report. We'll get that online. We'll work to get that online here tomorrow or Wednesday. Happy to take any questions.
Right, to my left, any trustees have any questions for Brian? All right. Trustee O'Brien?
No questions. I just like that there's no groundbreaking in water and sewer.
There you go. That's a good thing.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate the report.
You bet.
All right, on to, there's no old business, on to new business. Item number 1, approval of fire department request to purchase one 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe SSV from Raymond Chevrolet at a cost of $58,772. Fire department unit 1397, price lower than state bid pricing. Pat?
Sure. So I had a memo from Deputy Chief Douglas on this. This vehicle was included in this year's approved budget. It's replacing a 2012 Ford Explorer. It's got 92,000 miles on it. Police Department has a set vehicle replacement schedule they try to stick to. For administrative vehicles, it's every 10 years unless they can stretch the life a little bit longer. So as you can see, they're able to stretch this current unit a little longer. Proposing to replace it with the 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe, as the mayor said. The state contract price for the vehicle is $60,677. So fire department reached out to Ray Chevy, who we've worked with in the past as far as purchasing vehicles, to see if they could beat it. They were able to beat it by about $2,000. So as such, the police department, fire department is recommending to move forward with this purchase from Ray Chevy.
Is there a motion?
So
Motion by Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Balmas, right? Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmes.
Aye.
Thornton.
Yes.
5 aye.
Motion carries. Item 2, approval of Information Systems Division request to purchase 26 GTAC A140 mobile data computers, accessories, and extended warranty coverage from CDW-G in the amount of $123,145.22. Police Department mobile data computers, Sourcewell contract, Illinois R257160. Pat?
Sure. So I had a memo from my IS director, Ryan Nelson, on this. Again, was included in this year's budget. 26 computers for the police department. The units they're replacing are from 2019. They're running on Microsoft 10 software, which reaches the end of life in mid-October. So then there's going to be no security updates for them. So obviously, if that's not a good thing. Have worked with the GTAC computers in the past, been happy with them, partnered with them in CDW to configure and quote the 26 units. Also includes 26 keyboards, 10 vehicle docks, 2 vehicle adapters, and then extended warranty and extended service agreements for the 26 units. So again, this is Sourcewell pricing, so it's been publicly bid on the best pricing you're going to get, and the funding was included in the budget.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
By Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Ross. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmes.
Aye.
Thornton.
Yes.
5 aye.
Motion carries. On to public comment. Anybody that would like to make a comment that has doesn't have to do with the agenda at all, may step to the microphone and state your name. Look at the one person that's from the public. Yes. You've got nothing. No? All right. Okay, so is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Feeling good?